right there.
What's something going on?
Yeah,
What?
it had the settings too big. So I had to click on yes
Whatever.
and have it come back to where it's supposed to be.
Whatever.
So,
Whatever.
It
by
looked
the way,
good.
we are on. We are live.
Oh, we are
It's
live.
whatever.
Well, welcome to the Insane Asylum, people.
It's the whatever
If you're
time.
out there.
We're saying,
Can you see this?
can you see this?
Yes, we can use it.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Ain't that cool? Why, thank you.
Well, oh,
We made
green
that.
one especially for aliens. Why am I not?
We made that right here in our paranormal lab.
Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there
Welcome
it is.
to the Insane Asylum. I'm Joel. This is Mark, and we are here to talk about the six types of ghosts you might find in your house. You know what
Yeah,
they
one
are?
of them's right here. It's an old man that puts himself in the closet and he doesn't come out for years.
I don't know. Me and Mark have someone walk around in our apartment.
Do you know what they might be?
I don't know.
I don't know. You had him up.
There's a sense that we have something walking around in our
Anyway,
apartment. It's kind of freaky.
Anyway.
Anywho, what are the 6 different things you go to? Any idea?
Yeah, Ash, I know
Mark's
we're
one of
glitchy
them.
a bit, and it was because of him. He's over here.
Actually,
Joy, you're gonna
Hi,
bump my
Ashley.
mic cord out of all the way.
I don't know why we're glitchy. It's not
Me-
smooth running.
The door
no,
should
it's actually over here.
the
it's
door
not
should have been
okay.
closed with Joy on the
Uh,
other side. because
Here it's
she's
moving,
running
go
through here
glitch,
and she's
glitch.
gonna
Over
pull
there,
it
it's going
forward.
glitch, glitch.
Come on, Joy.
I don't know why that's doing
Okay,
that.
go by mom. Go by mom. No, go by mom.
I don't know.
I think it's got a bit to do with the internet today.
Joy, come on.
Or
Joy.
And what do you
Facebook.
mean 6 ghosts? I
Chicken,
thought there
Joy.
were
Mom's
13
got
ghosts.
chicken.
According to
Chicken,
this-
Joy.
According to this,
No, 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 no.
it says 6 types of ghosts.
Oh, 6 types of ghosts.
6 types of ghosts you might find in your house or office building or
Well, the
wherever.
hiccup ghost?
Huh?
The hiccup ghost? Is that
Yeah,
one of them?
that one's really annoying my
Casper?
fucking ass right now.
Casper?
Casper's bullshit ghost.
All right. What type of ghost?
Now, there's earthbound spirits. You know what those are? Do you want to explain that one?
Earthbound spirits are those spirits that are stuck on the earth. That can just roam the earth. Can't go off into the
Stratosphere?
yeah.
Well,
that's
Earth-
what you would think.
here's
Come
what
on,
it says.
Keep going.
Here's what it says. Earthbound spirits are said to be the souls of the dead who either find themselves trapped on the earthly plane or choose to remain to complete some unfinished business. They may also be returned spirits who have already passed onto the astral plane but returned to earthly
Okay, here's the-
locations that held some emotional significance to them. These entities will manifest themselves in the various ways, including the traditional ghostly white form, which would be like your lady in white, strange mists, smells, whispers,
I thought the lady in
in the
white
air,
could have been in purple
physical
too.
touches, and making knocking or footstep sounds. They may also be seen as orbs of light or reflections in the mirror. Animals, such as former pets, can also return as an earthbound spirit.
Yeah.
Now, there's your earthbound spirits. That's one type. Probably the most common that
I was
people
gonna
see.
say probably yeah.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Now the next one is poltergeist. And you're just doing this because
poltergeist.
he wants to make fun of it, fucking asshole.
Joe's got issues.
You know what a poltergeist is, don't you? You want to explain what a poltergeist is?
Slimer!
Go ahead, read it.
Isn't that what Slimer is?
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, you
Read it. Tell us what a poltergeist
You
is,
tell us.
Joe.
Did you ever watch the movie? Poltergeists are said to be the disruptive entities that move physical objects or generate loud noises. The word poltergeist comes from the German language meaning noisy ghost.
Noisy ghost. So that
Noisy
means
ghost.
if you ever see something move, it's not your eyes playing tricks. It's got to be a poltergeist.
Their
Not
manifestations
necessarily.
seem to be intended to scare the living folk who enter their territory. Objects will often be moved when no one is in the room, or in some cases, moved directly in front of witnesses. They're pretty nasty little fuckers, aren't they?
She's making faces.
What are you making faces for?
Because I'm watching our video down in the corner.
Yeah.
Is just fine.
Yeah, you and Lisa are showing up fine.
Here on my screen
Are jumpy. We're glitchy.
Well, I don't know why that would be.
And she's gonna play with it and take this offline.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, we don't want to. We'll have to deal with it today, and maybe hopefully fix it next time. I'm sorry for the inconvenience it might cause, but
There's one on here called Messenger Ghost.
we're a bunch of amateurs.
Hang on.
Hey,
He's
I've
got
got
it
a
on
list here. We don't need you looking this stuff up. If you
He's
want to
got
look it
a
up,
list
stick
over
to the
here. Hang
stick
on a
to the
second.
list.
Get busy.
Now that we summarized up poltergeist, and that was also like the things like the what you saw with the where they manifested through the TV. What was that famous line? They're here,
Manifested through TV.
or they're back. Yeah, Heather O'Rourke from Poltergeist. Now you have demonic entities. According to paranormal theories, unlike ordinary ghosts,
Are you saying you're a demonic entity?
Could be.
demonic entities were never alive. Instead, it is said that they emerge into our reality via a portal that allows them to escape the hell-like dimension.
Is
from
that
which they
a portal
originate.
or a porthole?
A portal? Portal. A portal to hell. Anyway, what did I say? They escape the hell-like dimension.
So they
from which
emerge
they
into
originate.
our realm
The
from a portal.
The manifestations of these creatures are very similar to those of the poltergeist mentioned above. However, their actions can be far more intense and scary. In addition to the disruptive loud noises and moving of objects, these entities may physically scratch those who enter their territory, as well make unnerving growling sounds. The activity can also be more disturbing and include the throwing of knives and physical pushing or dragging people with force. Now, there's a nasty little fucker to run into.
Actually, do what? Oh yeah, the chicken. Yeah. Bark, 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 bark,
Then you
bark,
have-
bark. We had chicken.
Now we have residual hauntings after the demonic entities, which are worse than poltergeist.
So what type that you think is in?
Just wait, we're not done yet. We got two more
Just a
types.
second.
Two more types to go on this list. Or no, three more types to go. We're at residual hauntings right now. Also referred to as the stone tape theory, residual hauntings are believed to be echoes left over from previous time. The theory now these are the ones that I'm pretty sure these are the theory suggests that strong emotions can leave an imprint in the fabric of the building and then will be played back over and over again, looping like a video recordings. So you'll see like I've seen these like ghost stories, like some like we've all seen the documentaries of the ghost stories. For example, they see like the same general walking down the same hall with the same gun right around the same time every day.
Kathy West
Like
joined us.
clockwork.
Say
Hey,
hi,
Kathy.
everybody.
Hi,
Kathy.
everybody.
Hi, everybody. So that's a residual. So that's like a leftover. It's like all these strong emotions happen in one place or something, and it's just like a time loop. It just guy keeps repeating
Yeah.
something.
That's
over
what's
and over.
called.
So does a ghost keep doing the same thing over and over?
That's
Yeah.
one type of.
Basically.
That's just
It's
one
like
type of
it's like a
ghost.
video. It's like a video on loop.
That's one type. That's called
That's
a
residual.
haunting.
What they don't have on here is intelligent haunting.
Well, they're all intelligent in their own way.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they're not. See, the residual haunting, you cannot interact with the residual haunting.
Well, now here you go.
How can
An
that
intelligent
one be
haunting, you
intelligent?
can be.
How can that one be intelligent if it's always on a loop at the same day?
No,
That's
it's
not what I said.
That one's not.
That one's a residual.
That's
It's
what I mean,
residual. It's
residual.
left over, and it just
Keeps going. It's like It's like a tape of Memorex. It just keeps
right. It's
keeps repeating.
something like that. Yeah. And there's possessed objects.
Annabelle,
Yeah. That famous doll.
that famous Raggedy Ann doll.
There's a very famous Raggedy
Annabelle.
Ann
And
doll.
I take it it's on a horror movie.
No,
No,
it's an actual
it's an
doll.
actual doll, and it's on display in a museum right now.
Yeah.
Somewheres, and it's got like warning signs all over it. Do not touch.
Yeah.
Do not remove it from the case
Yes.
because it's behind glass case. And it's like do not remove, do not touch, do not. Yeah. Thing dates back to like what 1800s or something.
I think it is. Yeah.
That's a very old one, then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting doll. It moves
Even
on
the
its own.
pictures- Even the pictures of it that you see
Are kind of
from the
creepy.
museum are really kind of creepy.
But
Is there
okay, the doll will move on its. The doll will move on its own, and then also people have reported hearing a laugh in the area that sounds like a child.
Yeah, child's laughter.
But that would be cool.
So that would be like that'd be like a possessed object. See, objects are sometimes considered to be possessed by an evil spirit or entity.
But that laugh,
in these cases, the entity attaches
little
itself
demonic.
to the object, causing the haunting to travel with the item wherever it goes. Many different types of many different types of objects have been reported to be haunted, including dolls, old toys, watches, jewelry, statues, and even sofas. These objects are often said to be
I have to doubt
They can also
the
be
sofa's
associated
haunted.
with bad luck, which will continue until the current owner rids themselves of the haunted item.
I have to
Yeah.
object to the.
Yeah, it says sofas. It does.
I
say
have to
sofas.
object to sofa.
I'm not so sure about that one.
The reason I have to object to the sofa is because
well, it doesn't. They're all inanimate objects.
I seen a video. This guy took his sofa and he put lights up underneath it, and he can crawl through and into the bottom of it and be completely hidden from everybody. And he sits in there and screws around with people and stuff. So, yep. So he's in underneath the cushion.
There's got to be a gimmick to it. There's got to be a catch. But there's like famous dolls, like he said. Annabelle's one, the most probably the most famous doll or infamous doll.
The Annabelle
is the Annabelle doll. And then there's like old toys, watches, jewelries, statues. Like there's been like what was it? There was like a Jesus statue somewhere that they say that you can actually cries blood out of its ear, out of its eyes.
A Mary statue that cries blood. There's supposed to be a crucifix that bleeds from the areas where the hands are spiked and everything else.
So I mean, but you got to be, when it comes to possessed objects, that's where you got to be probably the most skeptical, because of the possibility of, nowadays with the way things are and how you can put tiny little cameras anywhere, and tiny little gadgets anywhere.
Yep.
The, things like that could be a hoax. So
Oh.
you got to
It's
be
Mr. Tom.
really
Mr. Tom has joined.
skeptical
Hi, Mr. Tom.
about possessed objects because it's pretty easy
Hi, Molly.
for anybody nowadays to make a
Molly.
possessed
And we know
object
the video's
and make
late,
it
you know,
appear
a
to be
bit. It's
possessed.
something
Take
been
any
out
ordinary
before that
object and make it
that we didn't
possessed.
realize before we started.
I mean, it wouldn't take much to take one of
His
those
fault.
Rubik's cubes and put a little tiny motor inside of it just to make it turn on its own.
Ashley
For
just
example.
commented Robert the Sailor Doll.
Robert the Sailor Doll. Never heard of that one. Have you? Really?
Actually, that one's kind of famous too, but there is an actual Raggedy Ann doll, one of the original first ones that is, that the movie Annabelle was based on.
Yeah, it's a spooky looking doll if you've ever seen it. Just a
So-
picture of it.
Kathy West said, "How are you?" And my two favorite guys.
Hi.
Yeah, I can't see the post right now.
Keep watching. We'll let us know if they're still your favorite.
Yeah, you keep watching. We may not be your favorite after a while. You never know.
But keep watching. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, y'all like
I
our
have a
new
tendency
sign?
of irritating
Y'all like our new
people
sign out
and annoying them and
That was made today.
His favorite job is annoying Joel. Okay, what's the other bill?
Oh yeah, I gotta get back. There's what?
go
two more
back
on
to
the
that.
list? Oh, we just finished possessed objects.
Yes.
That's the one you got to worry about the hoaxes the most. Just
Yeah.
remember.
Hmm.
Now here's one of the other most famous ones, and this is the one that we'll probably
They're the
run
hoaxes
across
with the
of
mostest.
a lot of around this area because this one even has a lot of the Native American history behind it.
Oh,
It's
Ashley
the shadow
knows
people.
about the Red Yan now. She's seen pictures of
You know, and more.
Mhm.
And it says a more recent addition to the are the shadow people. These beings appear as solid black silhouettes and are often seen standing near the beds of witnesses as they sleep.
It's like
Although the shadow people usually appear in human form, witnesses have also reported seeing other disturbing configurations such as giant shadow spiders crawling across the ceiling. The shadow people are also seen in other parts of the home. You see, shadow people are not always seen in homes.
Nope, they're not always in the homes. You can see them out in the fields. You can see them out in different places.
A lot of times
They're all
associated
over.
with the effigy
We have a
mounds
park-
and burial mounds.
Are those the type of
we have one that's
that you would see in cemeteries?
Possibly.
Yes.
We have a park in California that from the town I lived in or lived near. Kingston Park. It runs along the river, and there are shadow people there, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah, he took us to that one.
And see,
Do a lot of people die in the river?
I have a theory. I think I think the park is actually on top of an old Indian settlement.
Yeah, it makes sense.
see, the shadow people have it goes back into the Native American history
Mhm.
quite a long ways.
Every
I
once
mean,
in a
they really
while,
believe in
we
that
have
stuff.
something weird going on in our apartment.
I mean,
Mhm.
that's
Okay.
possibly in their eyes what the Beast of Bray Road is a shadow figure
Last night I had my headphones
guarding
on,
the.
and my back was turned against the hallway.
No, Joe.
And
The
I
beast
sensed-
of
I
the
sensed
beast
that
of Bray
he
Road
got
is
up
a
and went to the
Wendigo.
A
bathroom.
Wendigo.
He
Well,
wasn't
there's
in
a
the
lot of
bathroom, he was laying
theories.
in bed snoring.
There's a lot of
And
theories.
there's like a
about
sunset
that.
Do you
right
know-
like behind you watching you.
I mean, what I believe is
You thought you heard-
know,
He said
it depends
could've
on
swore
what
that
theory
the
you
door
wanna
opened
believe.
last night and I was coming home because I was with Mom yesterday. And I wasn't even home yet.
Yeah.
We've had that.
You know what a
We've had that
Wendigo is,
recently
right?
in the apartment.
Yeah, it's like
They're
a
called
werewolf.
skinwalkers.
Skinwalker. Yeah.
Native American
Shapeshifter.
call
It
them
does something to really
skinwalkers.
freak you out,
Skinwalkers.
and-
Yeah, they are shapeshifters.
It's just kind of weird. It's like
So.
somebody's watching me.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this stupid video.
Yeah, could you just see that? waking up in the middle of the night and see a shadowy figure at the foot of your bed watching you, but there's nobody in your room at all?
Been there, done that.
That's scary.
It's kind of freaky at night.
Try waking up out of a dead sleep and having a fucking demon standing on your ceiling,
I tell you, there's one
literally staring at you.
I don't think so.
Oh, she said she's been there.
I see that, but I don't think I'd ever want to step foot in the same room with that fucking Annabelle.
Been where, Ash?
Would you do it?
Do what?
Step in the same room with the Annabelle doll.
Yes, I would.
You got a lot of fucking cojones.
That's creepy, Mark.
He's dealt
I mean,
What's creepy?
He's dealt with weird.
Oh, what I
shit.
said?
He's dealt
Yeah,
with
I've had
weird
that
shit
happen to
before,
me.
so-
I wouldn't want to
Actually,
sit
that's
there.
weird.
I wouldn't want to.
No,
sit
I
there
have.
in the
I've-
same
I've-
room with that thing.
I've woken up out of a dead sleep and had a literal demon standing on my ceiling staring at me.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Dewey's on.
Dwayne, hello,
Hi,
Dwayne.
Hey, Dew.
Hey,
Tom said I had that happen, but it turned out to be Bill Cosby standing at the end of my bed.
Now that would really be scary.
Was he trying to feed
holding
you
a
pudding
pop?
pops?
I was just gonna say, do you offer you some Jello?
Stop trying to jump in on my comedy
And,
here.
and of course, Molly goes, LOL.
That's my comedy. I thought of it first.
I don't know.
Motherfucker.
What's wrong with you? Dripping?
He's old.
No, I shook it and it went.
It's
Right in
part
my
of
face.
old age. You know, he's getting old.
Well, he's as old as I'm older than him by a month.
Mm.
So,
But we're gonna go see how many of these we can find too.
Yeah.
This next season coming up
Yeah.
soon.
How many
Couple
of these
weeks.
different spirits we can see?
See, record. Never know what we'll see or
Here.
find. Yeah, that's part
Well,
of recording.
you got new equipment now. You gotta find some interesting stuff.
Maybe we'll
Oh,
find
Tom
Bigfoot.
said he asked me if I didn't pudding
Putting his dick
where it don't
didn't.
belong.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Aw. Oh man.
We're gonna have to change his name one of these days. I was listening to them guys earlier.
Gotta come up with
That's
a
a
nick.
good one.
I gotta come up with a nickname for him.
Dr. Pervert.
I don't know. Has he got his degree yet?
I don't know. You should ask him.
Sure.
Is he Dr. Pervert, Dr. Prevert, Dr. Provert?
Covert. Covert.
See, prevert comes first, then pervert you're in the middle of it all, and then provert you just
Yeah,
damn
you're-
good
you're
at
a
it all,
pervert,
and
you're still in
and
training.
you got your freaking PhD in that.
Leon was a prevert.
We were listening to him earlier, and you finished listening to him after my fucking computer crashed.
I know.
He was living in Pueblo. Anywho, okay.
Okay, anymore.
Anymore? No,
That
that
was
was
it.
all six
That
of
was
them.
all
That's all
six?
6 of them.
That was all six of them.
See, you also have what is called a,
Dr. Uncle
but
Touchy?
you know, like their
that just
like
that sounds
the
real
one
bad.
he was saying, you know, the residual hauntings. Those are like on the loop. Then you have the intelligent hauntings. Those are the ones that will actually you can interact with and you can talk to them and get answers from.
You know, some of those ones that are on the loop, they kind of make me wonder too, because with the way, especially nowadays too, with the way, even in the old days, with the way old film projectors can just, and if you put a film projector out there in the old days with the right lighting, it would almost project a holographic figure, you know,
Mm.
if there was no screen for it to project to. Basically, you would see a little with just the right lighting and the right adjustments on the camera. So, and when you see some of these videos, and I've seen some of them online and on TV, I wonder how you know, because nowadays you're finding out how some of those reality shows are hoaxed and fixed,
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. It
Reality.
pisses me off because some of them are like my favorite shows, but
Reality
at
is
least
no
they didn't
longer what you think it
discuss them
is.
too much. But the show, like when they show you that spirit that's on a loop, and they go, oh yeah, it's always here at noon every day. You hear that on some of those shows, right?
Yeah.
And they actually sit there and show that because we got it on camera. I wonder if they really did that or if it was like some kind of camera trickery. Sometimes because I'm kind of skeptical of those
Camera
too.
trickery,
Because
photoshopping,
those shows, when you see them on TV, they're all about the ratings
weird
and
shit
making
like
the
that.
money.
Yeah, that's
They're
it.
not about
The
finding out
Ghost
the
Adventure.
truth or if
Now
there is something here or
the ones I thought
Oh,
were correct. The ones I thought were correct in the way
That-
they did things was Ghost Hunters, the one with Jason and Grant.
Mhm.
Um, they kind of they were kind of similar, but they wouldn't actually go and try to debunk their own stuff.
No.
But
Now, would they try
with
and tell
us,
you what they saw?
a lot of times, yes, they
That-
would. What I do is, or
What
try
we
to
do.
do, what we try to do is, if I feel I caught something, I'll tell you, okay, look at the film at this point, but I'm not going to tell you what's there.
That's like when we were at the
No, because we want
Right.
people to get their own ideas. Of
Or I'm
Or
going to say,
so.
yeah, I thought I heard something on the tape, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to listen to it, and you tell me if you think I caught something. You tell me if if you hear something or you see something.
It's
And
like
that's
that one
also-
night when we were
that's-
looking at that video. It was like we were looking at it so close, and
I know
I
that
said
that
that
one
looks
of that
so
cemetery.
much like
It
the
does.
first
It looked
one.
like something. It looked like literally like something walked into the screen.
yeah,
And then when we went back to do the
Yeah, a
debunking
lot
of it, I
those
caught
are
something
seen
that looked
way,
similar
fake
to it
drama.
because with the camera being stationary at that point. But I can't say yay or nay to it.
And we
I
don't-
honestly can't.
And we don't edit any of that footage. The only thing when we edit the film is we put in our title screens and our credit screens, and that's it.
Right? You just add
And
stuff.
a little bit of writing in between saying,
Yeah.
like maybe a website title or something, or but
And that's
there's
one of
no
the
editing,
reasons-
it's all raw footage. So when you see our footage when we're out on location doing these investigations, it's all raw footage. It's not anything
Tom made a
edited
comment.
later.
Yeah, yeah. Tom said the movie that started Ghost Adventures was some real poltergeist stuff, and then since then it's all fake drama. Well, that's what I don't like about the Ghost Adventurer guys. Everything that they do, it has that aura of being staged
Yeah.
or a script
I find
made
quite a
out
few
for it.
shows like that.
and then and that's one of the things with supernatural like that, and you're doing your investigations and stuff. You can't script it.
And
Yeah.
see,
Okay,
What they did
you're
in
not
the
going to be
Ghost
you're not going to be
Adventure
going
show.
you're not going to be going and looking for spirits or anything, and have scripts in your hand and be like, okay, here I have to say this, and here spirit, or here ghost, you got to say this. So it's me, I say this, and the ghost says, no, we do it this way. And then you say, no, I got to do it this way. And then the ghost is like, no, we got to go over here and do this.
or no,
Is that how you want that? Is that how people think it is? No, it's not.
no,
You're not going to have that whenever you go look for stuff like that. And if you do catch anything, it's not going to be scripted. It's not going to be,
It's going to be spontaneous.
yeah, everything about looking for the spirits or looking for ghosts or anything like that. It's spontaneous.
Now, here's something else to keep in mind when you guys are watching these shows. If you ever see these people, and it's funny as hell, because I just read an article about this today, so it's kind of funny we're talking about this at the moment. There was an article about those phone apps that people use to do the voice recorders, for the personal voice recorders like we have.
Yeah.
The digital ones that we have. That or the spirit box.
Well, I got an
Spirit
issue
box
with the spirit
apps,
box, by the way.
No, People using the Spirit Box apps and their phones as a voice recorder. Some of these programs and these apps that are people using, they're programmed to give you automatic responses. Okay, to certain things. Yeah. So if you ever see them a film or a video and they're using their phone as as part of an app for something like that, other than a flashlight, you can't trust what they're doing.
No.
Because
No, it's like that.
what
It's
we
like that
have.
app that I showed you on the phone, where it's got this like supposedly has this radar for spirit detector or whatever.
Now, the True Spirit Box is basically something that's going to scan radio frequencies.
I still have an issue with the spirit box.
Well, a lot of people have an issue with Spirit Box.
My issue is this: it scans frequencies.
AM and FM frequencies.
It scans the AM and FM frequencies, and it doesn't matter what time of day it is. The airwaves are full of frequencies.
Is that like the one Tanya was playing last week?
That is the one
It's
Tanya was
one of
playing
those
with.
But see,
Not
it's
radio,
it's
but the voices.
right, but it's
Yeah.
still.
That it runs off of radio frequencies.
But
Yes,
see,
but it scans the spectrum. It scans the whole thing, and then it'll pick up stuff.
but like
And there's always going to be something.
let me give you an example though. Those things don't have that long of a range for one.
You don't need that long of a range,
Right.
especially during the time frame that we use them. We're using them later at night, and mostly the reason we use stuff like this later at night is because for us to be able to shoot night vision on our cameras and use the thermal imaging camera.
Right.
Because in the evening, in the nighttime, you don't have the light of the day or the light of the sun, and then of course it's a little cooler at night too. But that gives you that opportunity to be able to film stuff later at night. So even though you're out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and you're using one of those spirit boxes that's scanning the frequencies, it doesn't matter how strong that is. Even if you got an omnidirectional tower broadcasting on a frequency, it's going to pick it up.
But it's still a tool that's commonly used in what they're doing.
I understand that, but that is the problem I have with those spirit boxes, is because how do you know that that's actually something coming through
We don't
that
know.
a spirit
But
says
that's
it, or
just
if
it.
it's something
Nobody
that came
knows.
through the airwaves that came off of a fucking radio station somewhere or a television station somewhere or something like that.
That's why when we do this, we got to keep an open mind, because there is no scientific proof of anything out there, so they can't.
There's
totally
really
make any of
no
the tools.
scientific proof of any of this that we do.
Right. So how are they going to make tools that actually work? I mean, everybody's just flying by theories, more or less, of what works, and we're going by what's common.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is
Yeah,
there's
well, that's a
really
good point.
no way of knowing that that is actually a spirit trying to contact
Right.
you.
Or if it's coming through.
Right. We don't know,
Because
Nobody
it
knows.
scans,
They can't-
it scans the frequency waves.
but we've both seen some pretty freaky shit and heard some pretty freaky shit. On some
Dude, I have
pretty
seen
legit
some
type
really
calls.
freaky shit, and I have heard some freaky shit, and I've actually dealt with
And
freaky
you gotta
shit.
admit, anything's possible. You got to admit that.
Pretty much anything is possible. I'm not
All
saying
right.
it's not.
All right, so we got to keep it with an open mind. We use it anyway.
But what I'm saying is, with the things that I've dealt with in my past,
You
There's
go
a
ghost
lot.
hunting and Journey will come across and start singing "Don't Start Believing."
That'd be fucking funny, wouldn't
Would
it?
it?
that would be.
It would be, yeah.
And then we'll have to
You
sit
know
there
what'd
and
be
do it.
even more
We'll
funny?
have to sit there and just
If Journey
stop
came
what we're
across
doing
and it
do a
wasn't
80s
them
sing-along.
singing,
That would, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use the scientific method to prove it. Scientific method needs to be repeatable, and if the spirit is intelligent, it might not want to communicate. Oh,
it's very
that's a
true,
good
Tom.
point, too.
That's very true.
That's
And
a
yeah,
very true point.
And using the scientific methods, you have to be able to recreate the exact same or a very similar occurrence
And that's why
in
we
a
tried to
laboratory
debunk some of the
establishment.
stuff we've done too.
That's one of the reasons. That is one of the reasons. Whenever we do, or I do, feel like I've caught something, I will actually try to debunk it immediately if I can.
Yeah, we went back out to Forest Hill Cemetery just because of that.
Yep.
You know?
Well, it looks so
And look-
realistic when looking at the video. It's like
Look how many times we've been to
It
Eagle
looks
Road
so much like a
Cemetery.
person.
Because
You can't
of,
really
the
say it's
noises
not
we heard.
that it won't ever be scientifically
No.
proven. It's there's a possibility that
okay, so
that it
what
can
are the
be.
orbs that these people talk about?
Some people are claiming that the orbs are energy releases from spirits. Some people claim that they are dust.
Because shortly after my aunt Jane died, Kim had a picture of her that she took shortly before she died, and had these little orbs around her.
That can
wasn't
be
in the
that can be
picture
anything.
before that.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
You,
There's a
okay.
lot of theories. On
So
what
in
that
other words,
orbs
she
could be.
snapped a picture and then snapped another picture right after it, and one of them had the orbs and one didn't. Is that what you're saying?
She snapped a picture of her, and the orbs weren't there. And shortly after Aunt Jane died, she went through pictures for the funeral, and there were orbs in the picture that weren't there before.
That weren't there when she snapped it. When she
She
actually
snapped
saw
it
it.
the first time.
What kind of camera? What kind of picture was it?
Was it a digital picture or was it something
no,
that
it
was?
from, well, it was like from digital camera. It wasn't from the phone.
Yeah.
So I mean, but were they okay? They weren't there when she first took the picture of it.
Right.
But when she went to develop it or print
But
it
when
off,
she
they
went
were
back to
there.
look at it again, they were there. And this was on the film, on the camera, or was it already a developed picture?
It was already a whole picture, as far as I know. Because she was trying to find pictures. to
That
put
could be pretty much anything. That could be
Yeah.
caused
Yeah.
from water. That could be caused from age. It could be caused from exposure to light. It could have been caused
Some
from
people
anything.
do. I mean, it's like
Her mom
remember-
had just died.
And,
so
and by the
that's
way,
what she
your
believed,
your
what she
your
believes.
Tom's answer to your question about the orbs is 99.999% dust.
think about have you ever had this effect happen? Remember the old Polaroid cameras that developed the film?
yeah,
you know,
wait
you
for it
old
to
enough to
develop
remember
the
those,
thing.
and then you had
Yeah, and
sit
if
there
you
and
knew
look
how to
at
do
it.
that right, you can actually
Sometimes-
double expose those.
Yeah, but actually, sometimes I've still got a picture somewhere.
had a
It's
camera
got my
like
Uncle
that.
Pat and Aunt Mary in it, and because of where the sun was or something, in the because it looked like there was flames underneath
Uh-huh.
in the picture after it was developed.
Yeah.
And I mean, the flames looked real and everything. It looked like the picture caught on fire or something at some point. Yeah.
No, I know. It is.
But it was just because of
it's
the way
called it's lighting and
because
shadowing
that
and all
old
different kinds of stuff when it
Polaroid
comes to
cameras
pictures.
back then. If you had
Yeah.
the sun behind you in a certain angle or a certain way, or the sun was a certain position where you were standing
You get
outside because
red-
it was
you get
taken
red eyeballs
outside.
and all that kind
Oh
of
yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's just like when you're looking out the window and the sun is hitting just right. You can see the dust in the air,
Oh
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
and that
That's
Come
your
to our
orbs.
house.
those are your orbs.
It's
Those are
the
your
dust.
orbs.
Come to our house. We got a lot of orbs on.
Yeah. I think
Dust
the
one
coolest
day
thing
and
I like
2
though.
hours later, it's there again.
Haven't you ever seen a double exposed photo, Tom?
Nowadays, it's easy to make something like that.
See see that was Photoshop before there was Photoshop.
What was?
Double exposure.
Yeah. Yeah. Those Polaroid cameras were something else.
Double
back then.
exposure.
Oh, I remember when my
Was
dad got it,
Photoshop
it was so
before
happy
there was
about it. It the
Photoshop.
coolest thing ever.
My mom went fucking camera happy for days. She must have went through I don't know how many of those fucking cartridges. And there was like what
he
eight
got it
pictures.
at Christmas
8
time,
to 10
so he could
pictures on
take
a cartridge.
pictures of them.
Well, now they have that one that is like a Polaroid camera, but you can get little itty bitty pictures off of it, and they look like actual pictures. I almost thought about buying one of those.
In Sundance Developing Factory They put them on top of each other to go get developed. Well, yeah, actually, they can do that now with if you still use the 35 millimeter film, you can do that with the negatives. You can actually place a negative on top of a negative and create a double exposure that way as well.
Well, you should just see what the things you can fucking do with, like our video in a simple editing program. You know, I mean, it's amazing with the way technology is advanced as far as that goes,
Oh, I know.
which makes which makes hoaxes
Easier.
exactly a lot fucking easier. You know, technology's gotten to the point where people can make
If you had
hoaxes so
caught
easy.
something like that on the low cameras we were just talking about, it is what it is. But on the stuff they have nowadays, it's
But some of that older
a lot
stuff,
easier to
because of the
fix it.
That's
technology,
what he's talking about.
that's like, all right,
Yeah.
let's take the old Patterson footage for example, which is a famous Bigfoot footage. Okay, from what was it, Washington State, back in '72 or some shit. Like that. You know, people have debated over the years, many years. It's been debated whether that's real or not. Okay, now with the technology that was done then, and with all the knowledge we know back then, I think it was literally impossible to fake that film as good as they did because you saw muscle mass and muscle movement as clear as
Yeah.
day, and you could easily tell it was a female. Okay, and to make that costume that perfect back then, I mean, if you would have watched
I don't
the
think it
Planet
was
of the
possible.
Apes back then, which had a Hollywood budget, okay, Planet of the Apes back then in '60 had a Hollywood budget. You could easily tell those apes were real in costumes. That did not look like the costume, that Patterson footage.
Oh,
That looked,
shit.
to me,
So, I mean,
that's my personal
Excuse me.
opinion.
it's the things they can do with technology nowadays compared to years ago.
But technology and the way things are today, with the way they're making costumes, they could have easily made that today
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
to make
Well,
it
yeah.
look that real.
Make it skin tight.
Oh,
To
Oh,
where
yeah.
You still see all of the.
Well, they didn't have spandex back then
No.
either. Spandex is something that
Right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That the technology and the stuff was not available back then to make something
We
that
lived in the
good.
Nolan days, right?
In '72, I wasn't even thought of yet.
than to make that
I was born that year.
bones on a costume.
Okay, I take it back. I was thought of. I was just in my mom's belly.
You see that?
Yeah, you existed.
Yeah, I
back
seen
then,
that.
yeah.
Came across over.
Oh, that's a good one.
Funny guy.
But it's true, probably. But still, it just
But the whole thing is-
I personally believe that it's real. It's genuine.
Yeah,
I believe that the son of a bitch. I know, even though he was out there hunting Bigfoot and wanting to do a documentary on Bigfoot.
Well, see, that was the whole thing. He was out there purposely to get film of Bigfoot, and then
And
this
I
happened.
think he just got
But
fucking lucky.
I think it is. I think he got extremely lucky.
Really good one.
Yeah, we already read it. And she just started laughing her ass off.
Yeah, we already read it, and she just barely seen it.
Because I just
You guys are
read
reading it,
myself.
and she
Well, we read it out loud.
I wasn't listening to you guys.
Well, it said he said tits are easier to make than cock and balls on a costume.
No. Okay.
See, we're a little behind you guys. 'Cause
I mean,
we were
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I mean, especially on a Bigfoot, if you think about it, if the cock is supposed to be proportionate to the size of the foot.
Oh God! Holy cow!
Well, then that means that Bigfoot must be half horse.
I don't know. I would imagine. I
So
think I
okay,
just might
here's
say
here's a
more-
question.
more to
Here
think
here's a
about, more
question.
ammunition.
Okay,
Keep watching.
this might be a little off topic, but if for the male, the ratio of the cock is the ratio of the end of the finger to the end of the palm or the foot, then how in the hell do you figure a whale's penis? That's supposedly the biggest penis in the world.
I wouldn't know.
So what are they measuring that up against on a whale to figure out the size of that?
considering a
The
whale
size,
is a
the
mammal
size
as well.
of its tail.
The length of the whale.
Yeah, maybe the size of its tail.
I'm just
from the
asking.
top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's... Oh wait a minute. That doesn't make sense then because a horse's foot is not that big. A horse's foot is not that big.
No, it's not. But a horse has a fairly large dick.
Yes, that's what I mean. So you can't go by the foot all the time.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess that myth has been busted, huh?
I
Unless
guess
they go
so.
by the size
that's
of the
animal,
horse's
not human.
leg.
That's animal, not human. Hey, you guys are reading
my
stuff that
God.
I'm not reading.
Oh,
What's it saying?
Leave it to Dr. Pervert, right?
What did Dr. Perv say?
Dr. Perv said Wales is the second largest. His is the first.
Oh, whatever. Molly, is that true?
I wonder what Molly has to say about that.
Molly's probably trying not to piss her pants from laughing. I was like, are you fucking kidding
Do
me?
tell, Molly. Do tell.
Well, now I know something that
Well,
we have to ask her what I
You realize
we totally went off path there, but anyway.
Yeah, we went on.
you realize
Yeah,
that
we can start talking
She's
about
like,
ghost
"Hey,
people.
for something like that you need evidence. So the best evidence is video, pictures,
Yeah. Well, that's
sound, measurement sizes up against a car.
They make
Um,
that size.
You know,
I had a new idea.
so you basically you got to stand next to the car
I had a new,
with it
new idea
erect
for a
and sticking
product
out, and that way you can measure the distance.
We're gonna start
How
getting-
far up on the
I
car
think
does
we
it
should
go?
Have some company make us some custom glow-in-the-dark condoms that say "Insane Asylum" on the side of it.
Or you can
And
do
a tip,
a wall,
you
know, the side of a
got
house.
a big alien face,
Can you pole vault with it?
and make them glow in the dark green.
That's kind of another question. Can you pole vault with it? Now, if you can
I used
pole
to be
vault,
able to pole vault with mine.
if you can you can pole vault with it, then you're accomplished.
Bike stand, maybe.
Hey, where's this one come from? I once used my penis as a pogo stick to see if. Where'd that come
That
from?
would be interesting.
Where'd that come from? Come on. Where'd that come from?
You're still shaking the loud.
Oh, Dad, no. Just wait, I haven't
Ashley,
gotten
oh my
started
God,
yet.
Dad.
Molly
No.
has. Whoa. Molly has crutches.
What?
Crutches. Why is she in crutches?
One of his comments says Molly has crutches.
Why?
Does that mean she's got to use them?
Does that mean that you caused that, Tom? That is that why you're saying it's that big? That she needs them for assist to walk?
Okay, we have totally gotten off subject, guys.
Yeah, we go way off subject.
It's not my fault. He
We
dragged
are-
me there.
We are at 30.
No, it is Mark's fault because he said he was going
Well, we
to
could
mention
get
something
back
that
on
was way off
topic.
topic.
You know, we were talking about the six types of ghosts. We could talk about whether or not a ghost has a penis.
We are at
And if they
48
could
minutes,
use it.
guys.
Well, they probably do, but they probably
Actually,
can't
going
do
on
too much
49.
about it.
For the week after. What?
You know, that is kind of an intriguing question.
Molly has crutches for the week after.
So, you know, you did bring up kind of an interesting question because in the movie, in the original movie Ghostbusters, Ray is laying in bed and a female ghost is unzipping his pants. But does a male ghost have a penis? Well, actually, well, I don't know. Was the entity a ghost or was that a demon? Because in the entity, Barbara Hershey, wasn't it Barbara Hershey? That was,
I don't even remember, but
maybe it wasn't her, but no, the female lead in the entity, she was raped by the entity. So,
That's how a child was born.
does that have a penis?
But
Obviously,
that entity was that
he's
entity
raping
a
her.
demon?
It was never able to be
It was
seen.
evil.
It was an invisible entity.
Oh.
So, and then we could always talk to Hollywood about doing the Son of Entity or something like that.
Daughter of entity?
Daughter of Entity. But the problem is, Entity was invisible. So is the child going to be invisible, or is it going to be partially see through? Is it going to be more like a
You mean she didn't have the child by the end of the movie?
no?
Well, there's a sequel.
Did she actually get
Is there
impregnated?
A sequel? Is there
They
an
need,
entity
they need
too?
a sequel.
No, not that I'm aware of.
See, they did wrong. They should
Well,
have a
then
sequel.
they should have either had the child born before the end of the movie or had a number two.
The incubus has a penis. Penis is
Incubus?
penis. So what? An incubus has more than one penis, Tom?
Incubus has penises.
Because you put
Wow.
incubus have
This is your fault
penises.
for getting off the topic.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's intriguing. Let's
Thank
talk.
God I'm not the one being blamed.
Let's
this
talk to
time.
Dr. Pervert.
Okay, we are at 51 minutes, people.
Yes, but we're in a conversation with Dr. Pervert.
You're just
Well, why don't you call Dr. Pervert? and
you're
finish
just
the
having fun.
Because then it wouldn't be recorded. We need it recorded as proof.
You're having fun now after that one.
For
Now
what?
saying Dr. Pervert, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, he's having fun with that
They're
one.
insane. you
Yes,
know?
I am having
Well,
fun
this
with
is
Dr.
the
Pervert.
Insane Asylum.
Well, you see this
No,
word
he-
right here?
he
It
just-
says insane, and that one says asylum.
He just likes
That's
saying
kind of
Dr.
the
Pervert.
way we
I
are.
was going to say, same as behind you.
Or up here, up here. This
is
up
the
here is the
Insane
same way.
Asylum, which
And then
means
if you
people
look
are
on the
insane, everyone's
screen,
very
if you look on the
violent.
screen there, it's on the screen as insane
So
asylum.
you have an excuse to be a nut.
And your daughter says this is intriguing.
Incubuses have penises.
Yeah, we already read that one. You're a little
No,
behind.
this is a new one. He just put it up.
Okay, so you added the es to incubus, so that means that that doesn't actually explain it, Dr. Perv, because you're now showing an incubuses, as in more than one, and you're still saying penises. So therefore,
Isn't it
do
like-
they have more than one penis, or are they singular penis
He just did it.
and they keep going?
He changed it again on you.
Incubi have peni.
Incubi have peni.
The face is turning about as red as an apple over there. Are you guys catching that?
And so do you know this from experience, Dr. Perv? This has actually turned into a talk show now.
Yes, it has.
We need to get Skype working.
So,
this could be fucking
This is
hilarious.
gonna be this.
An incubus can have as many penises as they need.
Well, do they have tails? Because maybe the end of their tail looks like a penis, but then that would actually make it the largest or longest penis in the world, because then it would be a penis on the end of a tail.
Oh, maybe they're on their fingers as well.
How many people are still with us?
Ashley and Tom.
Well, there's still 4 up here, so yes, I don't know.
Oh shit!
If we
Alright.
didn't join in tonight, she
We're,
missed it.
we're probably gonna end up having to
You
go to
deal with
F&B eventually.
succubuses.
If they see this one.
Well, see, the
We
succubus,
don't want them fucking nutcases.
the succubus is the female.
These succubus?
The incubus is the male. So, and the succubus supposedly sucks your soul. I've known a few of them in my life.
Oh, let me guess. Four letter word that starts with a G.
Yes, we can call the succubus a split tail. Now, here's another interesting little aspect I'm kind of curious about.
Uh-oh.
Since the succubus
Going way overboard.
since the succubus has a tail,
Thanks, Dr. Purr, for getting going.
and we can call her a split tail, can we also possibly say that he may be an it and can literally go fuck themselves?
I heard you can do that all the time, though.
Well, I'm waiting for a response.
Isn't that what you are, like a he, she, or he, she, or
An it?
an it?
Any response?
Let's see. Well, not yet. I think I may have got him thinking.
He's trying to think about that one. That was a thinker.
That could possibly be a thinker for Tom.
Maybe you got a brain
We are at 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just chill out.
That's okay.
Actually, the it part would be considered a hermaphrodite.
Oh, that's what you are?
No.
Are you sure?
So, Dr. Perv, you there?
I think you got tired of getting into an argument with you.
You both need therapy.
So basically, you're telling me while
You had a
you're
straitjacket
playing
here,
with
but
the
somewhere along the
succubus,
line it got
and
stalled.
you're
We can always have
you have the split over top of the
Well, we're gonna
The projectile, you're telling me that the succubus is using her tail to play with your rectal area? Is that the whale eye or the brown eye? Hey, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
Ask about the brown eye on the show.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh my
Now
God.
we're talking about incubuses and succubuses, and
I'm listening.
and whether ghosts have peniles and penises and
somewhere along
and
the line,
possibly in
he screwed us.
Pops the balloon nut.
the balloon knot.
He proves himself to be insane.
Okay, that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's causing everybody to
A
go.
balloon knot.
Your daughter's enjoying it.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
They're laughing hard. She's probably snorting.
Okay.
She squeaked.
She's yeah.
Okay.
She's sweet, yeah.
You know, I'm being yelled at here from the producer person over here. She's saying, "You're running overtime. You're running overtime." And I said, "No, I don't run over anything except for the road or a possum or a raccoon when they get out in front of me.
Or a deer.
Or no, I'm not the deer person. The deer person's sitting over there."
No, but at least you'd be
I'm
smart
a
enough to
deer
bring the
person.
venison. At least you'd be smart enough to get it for the venison, though.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, so if
So,
you like what you're watching,
I guess
please
I'm gonna have to call it a quits here because I'm running over time.
overtime.
Overtime.
So
Overtime and joy work.
so anyway, I'm gonna sit here and let him tell you the rest, and I'm gonna enjoy my
Never
CBD.
stop good content. See. See, so you keep going.
Okay, anyway.
Thank you to Dr. Perv.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Perv. We had fun with this one.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tom.
I was just sitting here enjoying laughing. I don't laugh so hard, except for when I get her going, and we get it going once in a while. And, yeah.
We'll just wait till the end of the month.
Wait until the end of the month.
No, that is when we get
Yeah.
closer to go.
Well, you got a certain
No,
thing that's gonna be
28th.
happening
We get
there?
down there on 28th, down by off the rails.
Yeah.
You know,
That's going to be a fun show.
I don't know if
That's
I
gonna
should.
be a really
I don't know if I
fun
can
show.
actually believe what
Oh,
women
jeez.
tell me, because
That
how
might-
can you believe anything that bleeds for for 7 days once a
Not
month?
my fault. Not our fault.
All
I
right.
think I fucked that one
That's
up.
how we were made.
I'm retired. I'm retired from that.
Okay, guys.
All right.
All right, well, we're gonna.
If you like-
I guess we're gonna call it.
If you like our,
We had
if you
we
like
had
our
we had a
content,
little
Put
fun
our
at
white
the end.
jackets on.
if you like our content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you shop on Amazon, Amazon, please follow the link from the top of our webpage to give us a little bit of a kickback. And till next time, and
Stay sane.
couple weeks, we'll be doing season 2 and be going back out on location.
Yeah, at least that's our
So
plans.
stay tuned.
Hopefully, weather permitting.
There you go. Thank you, Tom. Dr. Perv. Bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Anyway,
It's been awesome, Tom. And thanks for everybody else that's been watching. And you
Till
guys
next time.
have a good one.